What's up, guys? It's Snugs, and we are going to have a little discussion on the economy, how to fix it, how to navigate it, and how to profit in it. This is pretty typical. It is weird, right? How fast-tracked the economy has inflated. It always happens in POE1 every season, right? As the people get more currency, but there's less currency available, right? Supply versus demand. It always inflates as the season continues and the league goes on, right? That being said, it is hyperinflated very, very quickly for a couple of reasons. And this subject has been beaten to death, but I actually have a slightly different take on it, so hold your horses. Rarity, I actually think is overblown. I think, yes, it does affect currency drop, and yes, it affects the quality of items that you drop, but having 400 rarity is almost very little better than having 100% rarity. And so for the people that are like, well, shit, if I can't get 400% rarity, I can't drop divine. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. If you have 50 to 100, you're fine. Magic Find has existed in D2 forever, and it's a great part of that game. However, it doesn't affect rune drops, which is essentially the currency in D2. So it's a little bit of a different situation here. I could see them changing I could see them changing rarity affecting currency. I don't think they will affect it changing items, though. I think that will stay exactly the same. There was recently a Reddit post that showed after about 100% Magic Find, you have heavy diminishing returns, so it is probably no longer past about 100, 120, 140% worth investing in rarity, which I have seen that in my own gameplay, which you can see I have about 125% rarity, so I'm a firm believer that any more than that is you're kind of wasting extra stats on your gear. But anyway, that being said, I'm not going to beat that horse anymore. The biggest problem with the market, with inflation, what's going on, is the lack of deterministic crafting, not rarity. And I am a firm believer in that. The problem is there is a select few people that are acquiring purple omens, which I am one of the people that farm purple omens. I don't have any at the moment because they are extremely rare, right? They're about 10, 11 divines if you want to buy one right now. However, that being said, what's going on is purple omens are essentially the only way to deterministically craft in the game right now. And so mirror tier items, for the people who don't know, this is going to be kind of rudimentary and up, right? What people are doing is they are hoarding all these omens. They are buying all of them up, right? So only a select few people have them. A group of people all will invest and funnel all of that currency down to one person, and this one person will create mirror items. People will pay a mirror fee to mirror that item. So not only once you get a mirror calandra, which is like 300 divines or whatever the hell it is right now, then you have to pay a fee on top, so they make their money back. But righteously, they are investing sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10 mirrors to make that item in the first place. But all the 99.999% of people who aren't creating mirror tier items either have to buy those items, mirror them off other people, or they have to deal with RNG or the trade site, right? The first 3 steps of an item without omens, I can deterministically craft, right? The first 2 steps, I have to buy as a blue base, and then I can hit it with a greater essence. That's it. From there, it's just exalted orb. Unless I want to invest in purple omens, which is I'm not going to do because I'm just not that rich. But anyway, that being said, one of the ways that people from POE1 would make a lot of currency, especially after Alva, the currency exchange was introduced, is they would go on the trade site, buy a currency item or an item that has a solid, known value, not like a rare item, right? Which is a kind of eye of beholder value, right? But an actual item like a divine orb has an actual value right now, right? It's worth, 120 exalts, right? They would buy something like that. Divine's not going to work because 1 million people are doing this, so the margin is so freaking close between the trade site and here. They'd buy it for cheap and they'd sell it for a higher price from Alva. Why? Because Alva is essentially a 7-Eleven. What do I mean by that? She is a convenience store. When you go to a Walmart and you buy something like a cola, You always notice that it's about $1 cheaper or so, or whatever, less than when you go to 7-Eleven and buy it. Why? Because 7-Eleven is a convenience store. Alva is the exact same concept. So what people are doing is they're buying off the trade site, things like Audience of the King. I am farming them because Ritual is my main farming strategy that when I actually play the game, not hideout warrioring. And then they sell them for cheaper on the currency exchange. The other thing that they're doing is they're saying, okay, I want to buy, where that's under fragments. I want to buy some. So you have to spend 32 divines to get 5, 6.4, and then guess what they're doing? They're turning around and they're probably selling them for 6.6. So they're making 0.2 divines off each sale. So they have to sell 5 in order to make 1 divine back. They are doing this. That's why this one spot right here at a random number, 6.60, has 3,400 audiences, the kings in it. It is for that exact reason. Or they're trying to buy for 6 and sell for 660. The problem is that amount on the site is so diluted, right, that you're going to have your shit sitting in here forever. Now, I don't really need currency right now, so I'm more than happy to have mine set at 6.5 right now. It's 13 divines back for 2. I'll farm more later. I'll stick them up. Usually, I'll wake up and they'll be sold in the morning. However, okay, so that is one way that people are making currency. The other is that they are buying bases and slamming them until they hit a 40 divine item, 30 divine item. So, for example, they would buy a +2 level of all spell skills, base focus like this. Maybe if they really want to spend a little bit more money, they'll get a good second mod. Like, let's say it has the 163 mana, right? So they buy the blue item with the good prefix and the good suffix. Well, we have the 2 GG mods on this now. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to go over to Alva and they're going to hit Currency Exchange. They're going to hit Exalted Orb and they're going to go, I want a Greater Essence of Haste. Why? Because this deterministically will, the only speed mod, right? Greater Essence of Haste, upgrades a magic item to a rare item with 1 speed modifier. The only speed on a focus is cast speed. So they're trying to hit either T2 or T1 cast speed. Now they have an item that they just invested 3 or 4 divines or 5 divines into. Now that's worth a bare minimum of 10 or 15. So even if they don't hit the good ES roll or the last good suffix mod, they still profited. So what people are doing is they're going up and buying up these items when people spent 1/5 the cost to actually make that item. Now they are bricking some items. They're getting bad rolls, so they're having to do multiple to get that 40 divine item. But people are sitting in their hideouts and they're doing this over and over and over again while you buy them. That is the biggest way that people are making money right now, is they're profit crafting. They are flipping and they're profit crafting. The sad truth about how Path of Exile has been for a decade is that the best way to make currency in Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2 is not by playing the game, it's by sitting in your hideout, trading, crafting, and flipping. That is the main thing, and that is how people are keeping up with the economy. And that is how you see people who have enormous amounts of good gear and currency. But it goes back to that old term, in order to make money, you have to spend money. And that is no different in Path of Exile 2. So yeah, farm those blue bases, sell them to crafters or craft them yourself. Flip currency, craft items, right? Do things like I just told you basically there if you have the investment. You can do way, way cheaper things too. You can start small. You can buy like, let's see, do I have any wands right now? I'll sell this guy this real quick. Here's a +2 all lightning. Let's see here. That actually, I'm pretty sure dropped off the ground. Now, +2 is probably not going to sell. I'll probably literally have to practically give that away, because +2 at this point in the league probably won't sell. The later in a league, which is, I call it a league right now because it's not really a league, it's early access, but it's acting like a league, right? How inflation is happening and all that. Less people are playing, therefore the amount of gear that's in the game is less, but the amount of currency is more, so people are asking more for a little more limited selection. Shit, I totally lost my rant there. But yeah, hideout warring is really the biggest way to make, huge amounts of gear. Now, I have been running Ritual, and I'm going to I've been running a lot of Ritual. That just sold. Yeah. I probably undersold that, but that's okay. I don't care. Also, I'd highly recommend getting a price checker. Do not get the Overwolf one. What you do want is Exile Exchange 2, and make sure it is from the well-known fork. It is posted on Reddit. That will help you navigate, because especially rare items are very hard to tell what they're worth unless you're using a price checker. Anyway, I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I do stream on Twitch occasionally, so leave me a follow there. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments or come to Twitch, and I'd be happy to answer them. I'm going to be putting out a ritual video and how to farm all your base currency off ritual. I am probably hitting a purple omen a day, plus about 7, in between 5 to 7 audiences. So purple omen, let's say they're about 10, plus, hold on. Yeah, I'm making about probably 60, 70 divines just off ritual a day. And that's not including, any of the rare gear that happens to be good that comes off of it, which does happen. A lot of people I've seen out there, and this is, again, another tangent I probably should go on, is they're saying ritual is bad. No, ritual is not bad. You have to have, the Atlas points in it. I'll show you real quick what I am using. This is what I'm using. The whole right side of the tree, basically. And you have to do it quickly. So run your altars, finish the map, get out. If there's nothing good after your 3rd altar, just leave. Don't bother with the 4th altar to get that extra exalt or extra, you know what I mean, couple transmutes or whatever. Just leave the map. But anyway, I'm going to put a video out on that, and yeah, should be pretty fun. But anyway, thanks guys. Have a good day.